Hey friends, let me introduce you to a product that can help you a lot when things are broken. JB Weld. JB Weld. It is a product that is essentially an epoxy resin and a hardener mixed together to make a really strong bond. It bonds different things together. Where if you're going to do metal to metal, well, you can just weld it. Or if you're going to do wood to wood, you can just glue it with wood glue. But sometimes you need to join wood with metal or plastic or something else. So this is a product that I use not often, but every now and then. You can see I've used about half of the tube, maybe a little bit more than half of the tube. And lately, what I've been doing, when I say lately, in the past couple years, I've been using this to put handles on the little knives that I make. So you don't see any brass rivets through these. These are just like, this is an old saw blade that I just made a little knife out of. This I made a little knife to sharpen our carpenter pencils with here at the school. And I used JB Weld to fasten those wooden handles on so you can have more of a grip and not just a really thin piece of metal. So I'm going to show you how I use it today. So like I said, folks, you have a steel resin and then you have a hardener, an epoxy hardener. So you mix these two in equal amounts. So I have this knife that I made and I'm going to put some handles onto it. And yeah, the handles are a little bit bigger, so I go ahead and I sand these down and I make them nicer. But this is just a rough shape. So I'm going to glue these on with JB Weld and then let them sit for like 24 hours or so. And then I'll come back and I'll sand and I'll make that handle nice, something that you can grab a hold of. So the way you do this is you take your steel resin, you take the black one, and you put a bit down there, however much you want. I usually start with a little bit, and then you can always add some more, and you're not wasting it. So then I grab my hardener, put it on here, try to get the same amount. Then I always grab a piece of junk, scrap wood, to mix it, because it's going to have this JB Weld on it when you're done. And I like to grab a nice little thin one. That way you can also use it to spread that JB Weld on. So you mix it around until it turns gray. Okay, so then you're just ready to use it. So I'm just going to apply it to my handle. And this stuff dries really hard. So whatever you're leaving it on, it's going to dry super hard. I'm going to put that where it goes. I'm going to flip it around, kind of line it up just a hair better. Then I'm going to spread it on this piece. I'm going to move it just a little bit, wiggle it just a hair, so it smooths it around, gets it all over everywhere. And then I'm just going to let this sit. I'm just going to leave it hang out by itself. Sometimes I'll put some weight on here. I don't think I need to put too much weight on here. I might put one little piece of metal. When you do that, make sure your thing isn't sliding around. But then I'm just going to come back here in probably like 24 hours or so. I think the directions give a different time frame. It says 4 to 6 hours, the time frame. Setup occurs in 4 to 6 hours. Allow to set overnight before putting object to use. And so I just let it sit for a day, and then I'll come back, and then I'll be able to take the knife and I'm gonna sand off that wood, and that JB Weld will hold really, really hard. All right, folks, so there you go. You can get some JB Weld. It comes in a pack with both the steel and the hardener, and you can keep that on hand for any house repairs, maybe a bracket, something that broke. I have a hall tree at home that's got a curvy bracket that I'm gonna use and glue that together because it's like pot metal. It's really thin and it wouldn't weld very good. So I'm just gonna use some JB Weld and then sand it. So you get yourself some JB Weld and keep it at your house or in your car or wherever for those quick fixes, those fixes that you can't really use anything else for. Hey folks, make sure to work hard because hard work is its own reward. And thanks for watching.